But what are you doing? As Christian men, we are called to surrender our lives to Jesus. To surrender to Jesus means to give in, not to give up. We are called to use our strengths, abilities, and opportunities to grow and prosper. We are called to strengthen ourselves, our families, and our communities. We are called to be disciplined, courageous, and honorable. This is Surrendered Strength. Men, welcome back to another episode of the Surrendered Strength podcast. I'm your host, Niall Lansing. I'm glad to have you here, whether it's your first time or not. Welcome back if it's not. And I opened the show with a question, but what are you doing? In this episode, we're talking about what we need to do as men when it comes to challenging situations, challenging relationships, whether it's spouse, other family member, and what we need to do to just simply move forward. So before we dive into that, I want to encourage you to like, subscribe, share. If this sounds like or feels like something that will help somebody else, please share it. This isn't a podcast of keeping to ourselves. We are out here sharing and doing because we want to help as many men as possible live in a way that honors and glorifies God and be strengthened through surrendering. And this doesn't happen without help from you. So I appreciate it if you would, again, like, subscribe, share, do all the fun stuff, leave reviews, and I appreciate it. Thank you. So now, men, there's times in your life, every day, every week, most likely, that you are going to run into challenges, especially in relationships, especially in marriages. You are going to run into relationships. And working in law enforcement, I see a lot of what not to do. And what I see a lot of is the men. Well, I mean, it's both parties, but we're focusing on men. So the men are the ones who end up they start accusing, they start blaming, and they start playing the victim. Ultimately, you're playing the victim, and I've gone down this road. So I'm not sitting here, on my high horse or on my soapbox or anything like that. I'm not here throwing stones. I've been down that path. I've been the guy. I've been the accuser. I've been the blamer. I've been playing the victim before. So I'm not here throwing stones. I just am trying to make you aware of this, because sometimes we get caught up and we don't even realize we're doing it, because we believe the lie that we're telling ourselves. And the lie is that the other person, they did this, they did that. And we're focused on what they did, what they're doing, what they could do. And it is of no benefit or value to us. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what someone did to you in the past. It doesn't matter what someone's doing to you now. It doesn't matter what someone could do to you in the future, because that's all out of our control. And going through my own challenges and speaking with some men that have been some great wisdom and insight, some great counsel for me. One of them reminded me of, but what are you doing? And the focus, or the point was, what are you doing? Are you working to become the best man, the best husband, the best father that you can be, no matter the situation, no matter what's going on in your work, in your marriage? in your health, in your finances? Are you doing what you need to do to grow and expand and become the man of God that God created you to be? And when we're blaming, when we're accusing and looking at other people and what they're doing, I guarantee you're not. I guarantee we are not doing that. And again, I've been down this path. It took me a long while from when the interrupt in my life happened. It was 6 months to a year, as 6 months before I started to kind of see the patterns that I was in, and then another 6 months or so of learning and growing and starting to understand, where my mind was and how my mind was really affecting the situation more than the situation itself. And then it was another 6 months of actually understanding and applying. And there's still a lot of learning and growing that's happening within me. And I'm grateful that that is all happening. I'm grateful for the challenges that I've been given over the past 2 years, because it's made me stronger. It's made me wiser. It's made me more reliant on God and less reliant on myself. It's allowed me to let go of the things that I have no control over and let go of the things that God can take away at any moment. And that's all good. It's okay. So when you're in these challenging situations, again, whether it's a spouse, another family member, it could be a child, could be a sibling, could be a parent, coworker, whatever. And it's not just a one time thing and it's, oh, that happened, it's done and over with, we're moving on. But there's just a continual struggle. What are you doing? What are the things that you are doing to help yourself, but also help the other person? And this is an area where, again, we just struggle. We get caught up in the blaming and the accusing, and so we're focusing on the other people. And in that, we're not focusing on ourself, but we're forgetting our own path. We're forgetting our own past and how the things that we have gone through might be the same thing the people we're dealing with are going through. So we have an opportunity not only to grow within ourselves, but also an opportunity to allow God to work in us and through us, through being disciplined men, through being strong, compassionate, and forgiving men. And the situation is going to be different depending on who you're dealing with, what the challenge is, what the struggle is. But it doesn't really matter, because it still comes back to, what are we doing? What are you doing in that situation? How are you growing? How are you learning and improving in that situation? It's not about them. The whole thing, this life is not about you and anybody else, really. Even your spouse, it's not about you and them. It's between you and God. So what is God doing in you? What is God calling you to do? Who is God calling you to be? And are you going after that? Or are you too busy, distracted by the things of this world, distracted by the way your spouse is acting, distracted by what your finances look like, distracted by what your health looks like, distracted by what your children choose to do or not to do. Are you distracted by that? And again, no stones being thrown here because I was for a long time. But there's a lot of freedom. There's a lot of joy that comes from letting all of that go and starting to really focus on, okay, this is what I can control. I can control, when I go work out. I can control how I work out. I can control how I eat. I can control how I think about my spouse, how I think about my kids. Yes, they're going to do things that could trigger me, but I can continue to learn and grow and control how to manage my emotions by surrendering them to God, by putting my faith and trust in God's plan instead of trusting in the feelings that I'm having in the moment. So, men, I want to encourage you that, like, it doesn't matter what they're doing, it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. The world around you, it's just there. You get to decide how you respond to it. You get to decide what you are going to do with it. And again, it's easy. It's easy to get distracted. It's easy to get caught up in all of it. But again, it comes back to focusing on you, focusing on God, focusing on your relationship with God, and really coming down to your faith. And what are you trusting with God in your life? And for some of you, you're trusting maybe a little bit, or maybe you're just talking the talk and you're not actually walking the walk. You say you have faith, you say you trust God, but you're actually not in your heart, in your actions. And that's where it's all going to come out in your actions, what you're doing and how you're reacting or responding. That's the telltale sign of whether you're actually putting your words into action or you're just simply talking, or you're just simply saying you trust and believe that God can do what only God can do, or are you actually living that out and surrendering your spouse, your kids, your siblings, your coworkers, your finances, your health? Are you surrendering it and say, God, I give it to you. I trust you. Whatever your will is, do it. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be with you. I'm going to walk with you. And even when I don't see the path, I'm going to walk by faith. I'm going to trust you. And again, there's freedom in this. There's not only freedom, there's joy. You can rejoice in knowing that God's in control. Like, you're doing what you need to do by putting your faith and trust in God. You are doing what you need to do by taking care of yourself, by continuing to learn how to improve your health, improve your mind, improve your spirit, improve your finances, improve as a husband, improve as a father. And not only are you learning these things, but you're actually applying them. We need to remember we have to actually apply these things, because it doesn't, like, we can learn all we want, but if we're not actually applying, there's so many lessons that I learned about women and marriage before I got married, but I never actually applied them. So it didn't really benefit me. And we have to apply what we're learning. We have to live what we're learning, what we're being called into. Because if we're not living it, well, we're not actually doing what God's calling us to do, and we're just being distracted by the things of this world, and it's going to be challenging. It's going to be a rough life until you start to surrender, until you start to focus on what you're doing and stop focusing on everyone else, focusing on the things that you can control and surrendering everything else that you can't control. So, men, what are you doing? Are you taking care of your body? Are you taking care of your mind? Are you taking care of your spirit? This looks like exercise and eating well for your body, for your mind. It's learning something and sharing it and applying it for your spirit. It's reading God's word, it's praying, it's meditating. Are you doing these little things daily to take care of yourself so you can be the best man that you can be? You can be the man God created you to be. So I know there's so much more in you. If you're not doing these things, heck, even if you are doing these things, God has so much more for you. If you're struggling, I encourage you to find somebody that will help you, that will guide you, that will hold you accountable. This is the biggest thing that's helped me, is having other strong Christian men that are willing to be there when I need them. They're willing to hold me accountable. So if you're struggling, I would encourage you to find someone. If you don't have anybody, reach out to me. Message me on Instagram, sprinter.strength with Nylon Lansing. Just say, hey, I need help. Just tell me your story or whatever. But what are you waiting for? Like, you know what you need to do. I get it. But knowing what you need to do and actually doing it are completely separate things. Again, been there, done that. It feels like you're in the pit, and it feels like there's no way out. But all you need is someone to help give you some encouragement, give you some guidance, give you some counsel, to help strengthen you, to help fix your eyes where they need to be fixed, which is on God. So, men, find whoever you need in your life who's going to be that guy to help you, that you can turn to, you can get wisdom, that you can get counsel from. And if you have nobody, reach out to me. I would love to help you. I would love to guide you, because again, I know that God has so much more for you. Whether you've been on the path and you're struggling, or you haven't been on the path, but you want to get on the path. You want to get on the path of being the man God created you to be, and start moving forward and not being pushed around by this world, not being distracted by this world. You're ready to let go and move forward and experience what God has to offer for you. Again, it doesn't matter what everyone else is doing. It doesn't matter that your wife wants to leave you. It doesn't matter. It only matters what you are doing to improve yourself, to live in a way that honors and glorifies God. So men, you have a choice. What are you going to do? Don't focus on the past. It's from this point forward, what are you going to do? How are you going to live? And you're going to have some hiccups, some challenges, some stumbling blocks. That doesn't matter. That's why you have someone to help you, guide you, to keep you moving forward, even when you stumble. So, what are you going to do? What are you doing now? What are you going to do tomorrow and the next day and the next day? Are you going to continue in your old self, or are you going to start being the new creation God called you and created you to be? I can't make the decision for you. I want to, but it's your call, your decision. Find someone to guide you. And if you're struggling, don't have anybody, surrender that strength, send me a message. And we'll see what you need, see how I can help. Whether that's connecting you with somebody else or getting you involved in our group, in the Surrendered Strength group. Whatever it looks like, whatever you need, let's go. Choice is yours. God bless. Thanks for listening. Connect with me on Instagram and Facebook at Surrendered Strength. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and live the Surrendered Strength Code. Discipline, courage, honor.